Let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Hi, Jake. Appreciate you taking my call. It's only one receiver that has caught a touchdown pass for the Browns this season. That's Amari Cooper. And also Marquise Cook. He seems to have the vision that you can give him the ball instead of Elijah Moore. I would have him take over that role. And I was wondering about some fresh legs like Austin Watkins coming in, since we only have one touchdown by a receiver. That's just a couple of observations. Hopefully I can get some answers. Thanks, Dave. Go Browns.
As always, appreciate all the voicemails. So this is a look at the wide receiver production. The guy way up in the corner, Tyreek Hill, he looks like he's going to lap the field on this one. The orange dots, bottom left corner, Donovan Peoples-Jones and Elijah Moore, that's where you don't want to be. Amari Cooper is kind of in the middle of that bunched-in pack by Amon-Ra St. Brown. He really has been the only productive one. Relative to Austin Watkins, hasn't really done it in the NFL. Michael Woods injured. He's coming back. You know, he's making some progress, but I wouldn't expect him back until next season. It's one of the reasons that some people think the Browns might go out and try to get a wide receiver. I'm not so sure that that they're inclined to do that. They need better production from the wide receivers. I won't argue that point even a little bit. Donovan Peoples-Jones, I haven't even seen him targeted.
Yeah, I think when it comes to the wide receiver room, Michael Woods isn't going to be back till 2024. We've seen videos. Good to see his recovery seems to be going very well. Austin Watkins, if the Browns thought Austin Watkins was going to be a difference maker, I believe he would be on the active roster. Elijah Moore, I think it's a case where it is like we saw against the Titans, Elijah Moore was getting a lot more involved in the passing game, which is what we want to see. P.J. Walker, there were also a lot of times last week that he had Elijah Moore open, wasn't able to give him the ball, and Elijah Moore had a ton of space. So I think Elijah Moore is going to be okay. But then when you look at Goodwin, I do think Marquise Goodwin needs to take the role that the Browns are trying to do with Elijah Moore. We saw it a little bit against San Francisco. Get Marquise Goodwin more up in space. Get him on some of those reverses. Take a couple deep shots. If you can do that, you're going to keep the defense honest. And then Donovan Peoples-Jones, like you said, Dave, I don't really know what's going on, if he's not been a part of the game plan or whatever the case may be. But if that continues, and we know that Donovan Peoples-Jones probably is not going to be back with the Browns next year, I would be very curious to see if Cedric Tillman, coming off his injury, if they look to get him involved a little bit more, because I think Cedric Tillman is going to be, of course, a big part of this offense next year. See what he's got right now, because if Donovan Peoples-Jones is not going to be a factor right now, at least in the pass game, give some of those reps to Cedric Tillman. Let's see what we got in our rookie draft pick. At this point, it can't hurt, because Donovan Peoples-Jones, production-wise, isn't giving you anything. And you have to wonder, is that due to the game plan? Is he not getting open? Whatever the case may be. But yeah, Donovan Peoples-Jones, it's kind of been disappointing, because we've seen him since he's been in Cleveland. He was on a trajectory of progressing every single year. He has not done that this year. So I'm not really sure what's happened with him. But yeah, if that continues, I would look at Cedric Tillman, but I don't think they're going to trade for a wide receiver unless one becomes available that ends up being cheap and they believe can actually make a difference for this offense.
Yeah, and Peoples-Jones has been effective run blocking. I think he has 15 targets so far this year. So it's I'm not sure the reason for that, but that's what he has.